Hey y'all, welcome back to Home and Heart with Angel. I'm Angel, and today we are cooking broccoli and cheese soup per request my 12-year-old Allie, who this is, I think, one of her favorite meals. Yes? She's right here. She doesn't want to be on camera, but she's my little helper. So this is what we have. Okay, hair's up. I got my little helper back here shredding the cheese. I'm gonna get the onion diced up.
I'm gonna have to get it.
We're gonna grate this as well. And I'm gonna chop some of the broccoli up because some of it's kind of big. So, I'm sure you guys probably know how to chop an onion, but maybe you don't. And that's why we do these shows. All right, trying to give you a little bit of an angle of what I'm doing. So although it's August, we still eat soup sometimes. Not often. But when I do a grocery order, I'll ask the kids, what do y'all want this week? And pretty often Allie will say broccoli cheese soup. So I'm fine with that. It's good. It's fast. It's healthy. Yeah, it's got a lot of vegetables in it. I mean, if you don't like dairy, then it's probably not the best. Oh, I forgot to say,
a lot of dairy.
You do need a little bit of butter and a little bit of flour to make a little bit of a roux. Watch your fingers when you're chopping, but you want the pieces to be not too big so that way they cook down pretty quickly. So I printed up the recipe. I forgot to grab it. Let me go grab it real quick. Okay, I'm back. I print up the recipe that way I have something for you guys to follow because I kind of wing things a little bit, which I still probably am going to. But okay, so 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 1 medium yellow onion chopped. I was thinking, did I want to cut this recipe in half? Because there's not as many of us. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with me or my channel or my family, but I have 6 kids, and for 5 years I had my niece who lived with us, and she just recently moved back home with her dad. And my daughter and her granddaughter also were here, so we had a big group of people, and so I would cook really big. Well, and then I have a 21-year-old who's in college, so she's here sometimes, or not sometimes. So I went from having to cook for, was that 7-ish? I don't know, kids, slash adult kid, halfway adult kid, to now I have just 3 at home. In like a couple weeks time. It happened so fast. So I'm still adapting. We all are still adapting. And so I've noticed that I'm cooking and it's not getting eaten up like it used to. So, and I don't find that this soup freezes well. And I don't like to waste food. So if it doesn't get eaten, it's going to get thrown away. And after about twice, nobody wants to eat it again. So all that to say, 3 cups of broccoli florets. What should I do, Allie? Cook the whole recipe or cut it in half? So it would call for the whole thing of cheese. Basically all this.
I'm scared to grate my fingers.
Yes, don't grate your fingers. We don't need skin in the cheese.
Gross.
Oh gosh, I'm too indecisive. You know what, I'm just gonna do it. And what's left over, I'll send home with people who come over. I don't know. I gotta get used to this new cooking for less people thing. Let me grab my butter. So what did it say? Unsalted? Unsalted.
Okay.
All right. I'll always keep butter on hand. So we need half a stick of butter.
Ow.
going in. Get my favorite olive wood spoon. It needs to be oiled. It's got a crack. I don't think it's gonna hang on much longer. Let me get my onions. Okay, so you can kind of see. So we're gonna make a little roux. What are y'all making tonight? Get our butter nice and melted. Rolling around in there. Okay. So, because I want y'all to have an exact recipe to follow when you want to make this, I'm going to do it just like this says. So, melt the butter, add the onion, salt, and several grinds of pepper and cook for 5 minutes or until softened. Stir in the garlic and cook for another minute and sprinkle the flour and whisk continuously. So, you need 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. So this is almost melted and ready. So I have my flour already out. This is 1/4, this is 1/3. Where's my 1/4? There's my 1/4. I'm gonna get all the 1/4 scoop of flour out. We make blonde roux around here. It's pretty frequently. It's a good base for soups and gravies. And a roux is not just a Cajun thing. You know, I'm from Louisiana. I'm familiar with a roux. Everybody thinks if they hear the word roux, it's like a brown roux, it's like a gumbo. No, a roux can be a blonde roux, which is what we're making. It's going to stay white. And you just have to cook it for a few minutes, just enough to cook out the raw flour flavor. Now I need a bigger cutting board. I had wood. They're so big and heavy. I just found them. It's too big for my little kitchen. I have this one that I use sometimes. They just start to crack. And I don't even know how much more sanitary this is than plastic. They say you can get microplastics in your food, which is a terrible, what we don't want. We got our cheese. Alright, got our onions in there. Already smelling mighty fine. Set the burner. I'm on what I never ate. Kind of on high. I don't like to cook things too long. I'm getting patient. Forgot to look for garlic. Let me see if I have some. Okay, we're back. I don't have any garlic. That's okay. I'm gonna just use this. My main man. Some recipes call for brown mustard, but I'm gonna put some spicy brown mustard in here instead. So that's what the recipe calls for. We're gonna give it a shot. Let's go ahead and add in our flour. And some garlic powder. Break up those little balls of garlic, but it'll come apart once we get our liquids poured in. I'm just trying to cook the flour just enough, not too much. Alright, let's get our milk ready. Those for 2 cups. So I'm just using 2%. You can use whole. You can use 1%. You can. I'm trying to remember if I've used any other type of like vegan milk. I feel like I did, but I can't really remember for sure. Alright. Let's get our milk ready. Pour it in. I like that flavor. You do have to whisk this a little bit to get the flour to break up. Try and be gentle if you're using the same as, what do you call this? Stick-free pot, whatever, like I am. Just a little bit. Now we're left with a creamy base with some onions in there. Smells wonderful. Let's see what our next step is. Okay. Slowly pour in the milk, whisking. Okay, add the broth, broccoli, carrot, and mustard. Stir to combine and simmer for 15 to 20 minutes until the broccoli is tender. Add your cheese, and when it's melted, it's done. It's pretty easy. So, 2 cups of vegetable broth. So let's get our broth together. I don't really want this to boil. Turn this down a little bit. All right, let me get my broth and I'll be right back. All right, I have about 2 cups of water here. Turn this down a little more. Let's get our broth. Pretty sure it's 1 teaspoon. It's 8 ounces of water. Hot water works best, but I've had no issues cold water too. You can stir it up good. And once you pour it in, it blends in with everything. Hope we didn't skip this step of adding the broth. It adds so much flavor that you just don't get when you just have like milk and cheese. You really need this flavor. Okay, so this is what we have now. Get that mixed. Turn this back up. And let's see. I think we just drop in our vegetables and let it cook for 15 minutes. Add the broth, broccoli, carrot, and mustard. So it calls for 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. It said that let's see what it said. It said it adds a nice, I don't want to say like tart or sour or anything, but like a nice bite with a little bit of spiciness. So that sounded good. Allie was so kind to shred our carrots, and boy did she shred them. They're like little tiny pieces of hair. That's gonna cook down in no time. Okay. So this is our broccoli. I'm wondering if I want to chop these pieces down. Some of them are kind of big. I think they'll just fall apart. Yeah, they'll just fall apart. Well, one of them is like a miniature tree, so let's go ahead and grab that big boy out there. Maybe just cut him once on the spoon. Okay, never mind. Doesn't want to do it, and I'm not in the mood to fight it. Alright, so we got that broccoli in there. I'm wondering if I need to add the other bag. I don't think that I do. It'll probably go to waste if I don't use it. And we have these 2 items still to add. I think that's it. You can top with croutons, which I have before, and I have made the homemade croutons before, and they're easy and they're delicious. I'm not going to do that tonight, but I do have just some in a bag that I'll use. Okay, so we got about 15 minutes to let this broccoli, and I just didn't know if I wanted to put these in yet because they're so finely grated. If they were big, I'd put them in now. So I'll probably wait till this is halfway done and then add that. So while we're waiting on this to come to a boil, we're just gonna tidy up a little bit and we'll be right back. Okay, we just poured in the carrots. This is what it's looking like. It's been cooking, I guess, about 6 minutes. We're just trying to get these rather large pieces of broccoli to soften up. But you can see the little orange shreds that added to it. Looks so pretty. Almost looks like cheese. I love the added vegetable, fiber, color, the flavor. So excited about how it's looking so far. We're gonna let it go probably about maybe like 3 more minutes, and then I'll add the cheese and let it go for like a minute or two till the cheese is melted, and we'll be done. All right, we'll be right back. We're back and we're looking good. I just turned it down. Actually, I had to add a little bit more milk because by the time it took to cook the broccoli, the soup was like so thick. So I added some more milk so it cooled it down so it's not like boiling like it has been. But the broccoli is looking tender. And it's time to put the cheese in. I guess you can reserve a little bit if you want to like sprinkle it on top of your bowl. Looking good. Allie's been waiting patiently. She's not strayed far from the pot. I'm glad because she's learning how to make it. Okay, so it's gonna come back up. I don't know if it necessarily needs to boil. The onions look nice and tender. It doesn't need to boil. The cheese is melted. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off. And we get a little bowl. It's this vintage strawberry bowl, the cutest you've ever seen. Got it from an estate sale, a whole set of the cutest strawberry dishes.
The black one.
This one will work. And I reserved a little bit of cheese to put on top.
Nice.
Okay, let's move this spoon out the way. You have served your purpose.
That was cool.
Yes. You like green onion soup? You like potato soup?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's move this over here. It's gonna be piping hot. You getting me a spoon? I want to burn myself.
Exactly.
That's kind of why I was like, yeah, maybe I don't want to bring it back up to a boil. I don't want to stand here and blow this for 10 minutes either. But it's pretty hot. It's like smoking. Looks good. Smells good. Let's see if it needs any salt or pepper or anything.
You can just edit it out.
It's very good.
It's good.
Just needs a little pepper. A little bit of cayenne.
Looking like you were struggling for a second.
It's a little hot.
Yeah.
Look at that stretch. That's how you know it's good. So, we have a winner. I think Allie's gonna love it. Allie, you excited?
Yep.
You wanna say hi? She's so beautiful. Say hi. My only little blonde. Born on 12/12/12. She was a little special kiss from heaven. All right, so we're gonna eat this for dinner. She doesn't want croutons on hers.
I don't like fruit.
But anyway, thanks for stopping by. And I will put the link for the recipe in the comments so you can follow it exactly. All right, well, we'll see y'all next time.